Coming up on Confidential, just who started WrestleMania?
Did they come there to see Hulk Hogan? Or did they come there to see Hulk Hogan beat up Roddy Piper?
And Stone Cold and ESPN, a main event in the making.
I've got a lot of respect for the guy as far as a broadcaster. As far as the chair shots go, it didn't hurt me, but give the guy a lot of credit. Swings a pretty good chair.
Hi, I'm Gene Okerlund, and this is WWE Confidential. WrestleMania 19 more than lived up to the hype, but the post-WrestleMania 19 era is off to a stunning start. On Monday Night Raw, the WWE Superstar of the Decade, Stone Cold Steve Austin, was fired. Later that night, the most popular superstar in WCW history, Goldberg, shocked the world with a message for The Rock. And as if that wasn't enough, the young lady who defined WWE diva, the lovely Sable, returned to SmackDown. We'll have plenty more on all of those stories in the weeks to come. But first up tonight, a return at WrestleMania that was the holy, you-know-what, moment of the night. A disguised Rowdy Roddy Piper snuck into the ring and laid a lead pipe into the head of Hulk Hogan during his matchup with Mr. McMahon. It's no secret that Piper has never been a big fan of Hogan or Hulkamania for that matter. In fact, Hot Rod always believed he was a bigger star than Hulk Hogan. Maybe, maybe not. But there's no question the kilt-clad Scotsman has been making an impact from day one.
I have been in the sport of professional wrestling for 33 years. I was 15 years old when I began. I believe I was the youngest full-time professional wrestler in the history of the sport. I've had over 7,000 pro matches, and I'm ever so grateful for wrestling because it gave me a family. I was living in youth hostels when I was 13, 14, 15. And the way I got involved in professional wrestling was somebody just did not show up at the Winnipeg Arena. So I told my pipe band, hey, I've got this professional wrestling match. And they were so happy that I was doing something honest that they said, we'll play you to the ring. You got to picture this pipe band coming out, and there's Larry Hennig. I think he just lost the World's Heavyweight Championship, and he wasn't really happy about that. And here's this kid upstage. By the time I got in the ring, Larry was looking at me, and they rang the bell, and I believe I got my first world record that night. It was the shortest match in the history of the Winnipeg Arena. He beat me in 10 seconds. And the promoter said, kid, you did great. How'd you like to go to Kansas City? And they took me across the border into the United States, and I just never quit. I didn't have a great education, and wrestling, it saved my life. By this time, I'm starting to use my head now. As arrogant and everything else that I was very much into what I'm doing. I was soaked in professional wrestling. I ate it and breathed it, and I studied it. The very first time that I got any kind of attention on a national level was in Houston with a fellow named Paul Bosch. Wonderful promoter, very patriotic. So here we are, we're in the ring. I'm on the first match. What's playing? The national anthem. So there's Paul Bosch, and ladies and gentlemen, rise for the national anthem, and it's playing. And, oh, say, can you? And they turn it off, and Paul Bosch's face just got red, and and he's going, ladies and gentlemen, and he says, I'm very sorry, but I'm going to ask Roddy Piper to play the national anthem on his bagpipes, huh? Like, holy, and so here we go, and I squeaked out probably the worst version of the national anthem ever. And I'm listening, and all of a sudden they start clapping. I was going to say a standing ovation, but they were standing anyway. But that made Pro Wrestling Illustrated, and that was the first time I ever really got put in the spot and kind of got a little limelight there on me. You need a certain ego. You need a certain ego to get out there singularly in the ring and, conduct 14,000 people and take care of yourself. And with that comes arrogance.
You're real proud of
Vince McMahon Jr. and I, when we first met, had quite a sincere relationship. And we have a good chemistry as far as creating is concerned. But I was such a jerk, and as I came in, that reputation started to come with me. And it was like a reputation of he's hard to handle, but I was selling out. You know, when you're selling out, you can do anything. They called Hogan and I the franchise, where Hogan, they were running 3 towns a night. Hogan could be in a town selling out with somebody, and I could be in a town with Snookus selling out, and it really, really put me over the top. WrestleMania 1 with Mr. T.
You know how tired I am of listening to "Oh, pity the fool."
You dead meat. You dead meat. Now pity you fool.
Tell me something. How come you wear all them chains around your neck like that?
I didn't like Mr. T. He didn't like me, and we both knew it.
You want to see perturbed? Hang on, man. You want to see silly? You want to see ridiculous, man? Hey, you want to see silly? Look how silly.
Of course, I'm horse laughing, but T and I, we did some great press conferences because we hated each other, and I think that translated to the people, too.
You really made me mad. Playing with my hairstyle. That I don't play with.
You shave your head on both sides. The children of America today must be sick to look at someone.
Mr. T was not in our business, and he had an ego bigger than all of us put together, and he really thought he was some kind of tough guy, and he was going to come into professional wrestling. You know, I was the hottest bad guy in the world. Beat me, go back to the A-team and tell everybody what a bunch of baloney it is.
I want you to see what can happen to you. This is exactly what you could end up looking like here, and there would be no more A-team, no more nothing.
Well, there was a lot of tension in there, and McMahon had every dime he had on that WrestleMania, and we needed to pull that match out. We worked very, very hard to make sure WrestleMania 1 was a success, and that was my job, and so I got paid. With WrestleMania 1, one of the big attributes was it was held in one of the most prestigious venues in the world, Madison Square Garden. And it was the hottest ticket in New York at the time. And the buzz around the country about this WrestleMania was so strong, it was something that none of us have felt before. And this is still a point of contention between Hogan and I. Who really drew WrestleMania? If you look back at the tapes, you will see Geraldine Ferrara running for vice president. Roddy Piper, you're not fit to wear a skirt. Dr. Ruth Westheimer, don't pay any attention to him, he just wears what he... Rod Stewart, Dick Clark, Twisted Sister.
Hulk is gonna put you down, man. He's gonna put you down so low, you're gonna have to look up to see his skirt.
Roddy, you better watch out. The Hulk is gonna be on you like ugly on an 8.
When I heard all these heavyweights talking, how disgusted they were, how Roddy Piper put a black mark on the Rock and Wrestling Connection, I decided to take it in my hands.
What is the future for rock and roll and the wrestling connection? First of all, it's garbage. It don't belong in the same category. I don't want these skinny little geeks around me, man. I'm a man. I'm a true man. What is the future of it? The future of professional wrestling is me. The future of rock and roll is down the toilet.
Who drew WrestleMania? Did they come there to see Hulk Hogan? Or did they come there to see Hulk Hogan beat up Roddy Piper? And that's why they came there, to see Hulk Hogan beat up Roddy Piper.
Rowdy Roddy Piper, you may not like him, but you still gotta respect him. He's a dangerous man. I'm pumped up. WrestleMania, the greatest in wrestling history, is taking place right now.
So my contention is I started WrestleMania, or was responsible. Of course, Hogan, he says he did. The people were just screaming, and it was just like, you just move a hand, they were so into it. And for all of us, it was brand new to be looked at so focused, and it was unbelievably wonderful.
Up next, WWE on SportsCenter. Could it be true?
I'd put a cooler of beer right here. There'd be some four-letter words injected at my leisure.
Welcome back to Confidential. This portion of the program is brought to you by Warner Brothers' new motion picture, Malibu's Most Wanted, in theaters Friday, April 18th. By WWE SmackDown Shut Your Mouth. The best storylines ever. Period. End of story. In stores now. And by Truth. We couldn't make this stuff up if we tried.
Now that Stone Cold Steve Austin has been fired by Eric Bischoff, I guess he'll have plenty of time to pursue other endeavors. You know the old trend. Once an athlete's playing days are over, the next step is up to the broadcast booth. Well, ESPN got the jump on everyone else, even the WWE. Chris Berman and Dan Patrick better take notice because this SportsCenter moment is courtesy of the Rattlesnake.
When I got here, I was wondering what kind of reception I was going to get. You know, Stone Cold coming from World Wrestling Entertainment. It's a little bit different than what ESPN does. Come on, I think I bought a private dressing room over here. I said my own private dressing room is the bedroom. My first time in Bristol, Connecticut, and I watch ESPN every single day, SportsCenter, so it was just cool to hang out here and see where they do it.
Joining us right here on the ESPN news set is the one and the only Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, I'm familiar with a lot of the spots here on SportsCenter. I can look forward to them just because, to me, they're kind of funny, they're entertaining. They're kind of like dry sense of humor type commercials, behind-the-scenes stuff.
The campaign always takes place within ESPN. Dan Patrick, one of the anchors, enters a break room, middle of the night, finds Stone Cold Steve Austin sitting there nodding off.
Hey, Stone Cold, what are you doing? Stone Cold is trying to convince us that we need to run highlights on SportsCenter. So he's studying to prepare his thesis to give to SportsCenter as to the validity of the WWE.
I was studying. I'm fading pretty fast.
He's fallen asleep. I'm here to help him wake up, so I smack him over the back with a chair, which I normally do with other people around here.
One more time. A little more.
A little more.
Nice.
When I first hit him, he didn't budge. And then I thought, that means I get to hit him harder. And then I hit him harder and he still didn't budge. And then I realized he's not going to budge no matter how hard I hit him.
Thanks. That helps. Can I get one more? Sure. Thanks, buddy.
One thing that actually surprised me was we were rigging up all kinds of cheats for the chair. Lighter chairs, chairs that would break away, basically chairs that would be easier to hit. But it was Stone Cold who wanted the chair. It's just, I thought it was some special chair.
Not many people say, hit me harder. So a true professional in what he does.
I think Dan Patrick might have hit me some 50 times with that chair. And the commercial, you know, it was written with one chair shot originally. Then I said, hey, you know, what if I turn around to Dan and ask him for another? You know, I just thought maybe the commercial needed a little something extra. I don't know if I'm getting involved in something, I'm always going to put my 2 cents in. So I said, hey, let's try 2 chair shots rather than one.
Give my regards to Vince.
You got it. If I was to compare Dan Patrick's chair swing to anybody in the WWE, who would I say? Maybe a Molly Holly?
Don't make me hit you again.
I talked to Dan about, you know, putting the WWE on the SportsCenter, and to my face, he was very serious, but I think once he walked away, that I think he was probably being disingenuous to me when he said he'd try. That autograph for Dan Patrick, he hit me about 50 times today. Hit me about 50 times with this steel chair, he's bent it over my back.
Got some pretty good dents in there, man.
Those things can actually hurt.
Oh, they can.
Everybody was extremely cool. Dan Patrick was great to work with, and everybody was top-notch.
I actually got paid to hit a man with a chair today. That's not a bad day at the office.
I think it's a good mix. Stone Cold Steve Austin, ESPN, WWE. It works for me.
Up next, Limp Bizkit returns to the stage. Only this one is the grandest of them all.
For us to be performing at WrestleMania is a big deal for us because we don't like television performances. So it had to be something that we really believed in.
One of the unique traditions of WrestleMania is live performances from recording industry superstars. Over the first 19 years, legendary musicians and singers, including Ray Charles, Aretha Franklin, Gladys Knight, Boyz II Men, saliva. They all have enjoyed the grand stage of WrestleMania. This year, things got rolling with one of the hottest bands in the world, Limp Bizkit. Lead singer Fred Durst personally chose WrestleMania as the showcase to unveil his new single, and he took advantage of the opportunity to do something special with his favorite WWE superstar, The Undertaker.
The theme for WrestleMania 19 is a song called Crack Addict, Here We Go Again. It's probably the most heaviest, groovinest song made for wrestling and fighting to ever exist. It demands attention, adrenaline. It provokes super high voltage, high energy level. I just think it's a perfect song for anyone who dares to step into the ring.
I'm gonna fill up my lungs with some butane, turn the light into a flame. Damn that is time, super heavy, built like a Chevy. I ain't really bad at the my significant chocolate, $3 bills from the cockpit. Oh my God, here it comes for the break. You keep on talking, I'ma break you off something like this. Full throttle, better be prepared. Coming with the kick and the snare. Downright dirty, ruthless movement. Why'd you have to ruin all the music? No stopping till we knock knocking on heaven's door. Metal on the floor, apocalypse now, apocalypse now. Give me the countdown, 3, 2, 1.
We like to do what bands used to do back in the days. We like to bring a great production and a lot of pyro. We like it not only to be for the music that you came to experience, we also like to give you visuals and create this larger-than-life world. And I think that that's one thing special about WrestleMania. They always really bring good, nice, big production. It's a lot of lights, it's a lot of pyro, it's a lot of hype. It's just really exciting. The song is about coming back and being gone for a while and feeling personally that a lot of music that has been inspired by Limp Bizkit has ruined the music. Being a crack addict, meaning I am a crack addict. I'm addicted to cracking skulls when punk starts static. I think it's pretty amazing that Limp Bizkit can be a part of wrestling because, you know, I grew up on wrestling. It was really big where I lived. Now it's evolved so much. Everything is just so much more intense, and I feel like Limp Bizkit definitely is a band that fits perfect in those types of environments.
Here we go again. Right now. Let's go. Me and you. Let's go. We can run. We can roll. Here we go again. Right now. Let's go. Me and you. Let's go. We can run. We can roll.
Most people never get to live out their dream. But what are the chances of two brothers having the same dream and both being able to fulfill that dream? That would be extreme, as in the Hardy Boys, Team Extreme. While they're currently on their own, Jeff performs on Raw, Matt on SmackDown, they decided to reunite and write a book revealing a dream fulfilled. And by the way, it's number 7 on the New York Times bestseller list.
Today I'm in New Jersey and I am doing a book signing for the brand new autobiography that was just released about Matt Hardy and the other guy, or the Hardy Boys, some people like to call it.
The name of the book is Hardy Boys Exist to Inspire, a biography in motion.
Basically the title of the book means live your life as an example of inspiration.
I know that it's kind of corny to say, but I mean, they really have inspired me.
Hey dude, what's going on, man?
I love the Hardys. I think they're amazing. I'm a huge fan of them, and I really wanted to read their book and read their life story.
The book is about our career, basically from when we started as little kids and how we were very extreme and, you know, adrenaline junkies and did all sorts of stunts, and then all the trials and tribulations that we went through to get to this point in our career.
Hey, how are you? All right? You're good. Look at me. Breathe.
We want to make a little history. We've broke so many barriers as a tag team before, and this was definitely breaking another barrier by being the first ever tag team in the WWE to write an autobiography.
We were concerned about how it was going to be laid out at first because it's two people and with differences of view and opinion.
Because for the longest time, people always looked at us as Matt and Jeff, the Hardy Boys, almost as one unit. But we really are two different people. We're Matt Hardy and we're Jeff Hardy, and the book really shows you that. Some things that are in the book that you probably wouldn't know already are how actually hard it was for us to get opportunities, and how we would work for days on end, 3-4 days at a time, and lose money. And we did all this just to provide for our whole wrestling habit.
Doing book signings like this is important because of the fans.
For me, considering how dedicated our fans are and how loyal our fans are, it's something that I want to give back to them for giving us so much.
I've been waiting to meet him for like 4 years, and I finally get to meet him.
I think meeting the fans in such an up-close and personal setting is just overwhelming for a lot of them, and it's great, and it's like their dream come true to so many people.
I never thought I would ever meet them in a million years, ever. It's just more than I could have ever asked for.
Look at this artist. Oh, yeah. They're really diehard fans, and they're loyal, and I love them to death.
Exist to inspire. A biography in motion.
When we return, a trip down Piper's Pit.
Every time you think you got all the answers, I change the questions. Boom.
There has never been any superstar in WWE history who has expressed himself more vociferously or aggressively than Rowdy Roddy Piper. It led to the creation of his own form known as Piper's Pit. And folks, this wasn't your ordinary talk show format. Guests were not always greeted with open arms. In fact, most of them were greeted with a closed fist.
I think the way I helped the WWE the most was I invented Piper's Pit. I was in a bar in St. Louis. McMahon was there, and I said to McMahon, you give me a bow tie and a mic stand and 5 weeks, and if I don't get the job done, I'm out.
We're going to take you to Piper's Pit.
The boss is back.
I tell you, it was crazy. Nobody knew what was going on, including me. The first guy they put on Piper's Pit, first or second, his name was Frankie Williams. And Frankie Williams, I didn't know what I was going to say. I just said this to McMahon, and all of a sudden I come to the TV, and McMahon's got Piper's Pit, and here I am on the microphone. So there's Frankie Williams, and I'm going to say so.
Frank Williams, first of all, I don't know where you come from. I'm from Columbus, Ohio.
Okay, Frankie. And so, okay, and this is where kind of improvising came in real good for me.
I've never lost a match in Columbus, Ohio. Have you ever lost a match? Yeah, you have.
He says, hey, I'm a wrestler. I says, but you're a lousy wrestler. He says,
I might be a lousy wrestler, but I'm still in there. I got not a pay or no.
I had to go boom, 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 and down he went, and I'm turning, and I'm seeing 5, 4, and I said,
just when they think they got the answers, I change the questions.
And it became the coin phrase. Everybody just started saying it to this day. Another one was, and it was just off the top, and then all of a sudden another one. I had Andre the Giant. Andre the Giant.
I'm not that well acquainted with you. First of all, Andre.
Andre, what am I gonna do with Andre? Okay, I says, you know, Andre, big giant.
I understand big body, little tiny weeny brain. I can understand that. That's very simple.
Next thing I know, I'm 11 feet up in the air with Andre. And boom, and he drops me, and Andre goes, and as I get up, he's not around. This is good, I can be brave. And you say,
you're gonna find out one thing. You do not throw rocks at a man who's got a machine gun.
They coined it. And it just kept going like that because there was nobody, including us, knew what was gonna happen. And so the unorthodoxness of it became a lot of fun for me.
If you want a contest, I'll sit down. We can do it now. Let's do it.
I think that you're a terrific person.
What an idiot.
Would you let your daughter go out with this man?
Oh, Fatso here. Get out of here.
You know what? You both stink!
One of the Piper's Pits, I suppose, that people remember the most is the great, great superstar, Jimmy Snuka.
You want bananas? You want bananas? We got bananas. Here we go. You want bananas? Have yourself a banana. This is what you want. You want to talk? You ain't saying nothing.
As I'm doing this, I'm taking the bananas out, and I said, to make you feel comfortable.
Am I making fun of you? Oh, no, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
I just reared back and I just let it go, and that coconut just went boom! And Jimmy went back, and the set went down, and I took my waist belt off and my kilt, and I started whipping, and people think, you know, I was being mean. I didn't want him to get up. He's gonna kill me. Well, you can't rig a coconut not to explode like that, and boy, that's the one. It hit all around. In my interviews, what I would do is I would get a skeleton, and I would get an ending and a beginning. Then I just roll with it.
You, in all your splendor, have crowned yourself the king of professional wrestling. Is that correct? I mean, wait a second. Nobody else here did, man.
You know, kind of having an ace in my back pocket because I knew how I was going to end it.
You know it, I know it, they all know it. There's only one king. Real throne!
As I went on in wrestling with interviews, I realized that they were probably 60, 70% of professional wrestling because that's what brings them into the building. Then I can perform for them. And Ella Fitzgerald, in just simplicity, told me one day, she said, give them a good beginning and a great ending, and they'll forgive a lot in between.
This here is the very last Piper's Pit that you'll ever see in your entire life. When I was well, I was hell, man, and I had you all rocking for as many years. When you come to see me fight, you got your money's worth. Thank you.
So I started this Piper's Pit, which became kind of a platform for the entire territory for 4 years.
Up next, WWE superstars find inspiration in a true survivor.
Heroes come in different forms, and these men became heroes to our entire nation.
Castrol GTX presents WWE Backlash, coming to you live Sunday, April 27th from the Worcester Centrum in Worcester, Massachusetts, and will be available exclusively on pay-per-view. Castrol GTX, the motor oil as advanced as your engine.
There are certain news stories that happen each year that have the entire country holding its collective breath. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, July 24, 2002, was one of those moments. A wall inside a coal mine collapsed, releasing more than 50 million gallons of water and trapping 9 coal miners 240 feet beneath the surface. They had no food and no way of communicating with the world above. There seemed little hope that any of the men could have possibly survived. But rescue crews worked tirelessly for 77.5 straight hours, hoping against hope for a miracle. Their prayers were finally answered. Incredibly, after more than 3 full days, all 9 men were raised from the mine shaft with only slight injuries. Their ordeal of survival is the subject of an upcoming book. In the meantime, one of the survivors, Blaine Mayhew, is enjoying each day to its fullest. Most recently, that meant a family trip to WWE SmackDown when we were in the Steel City a few weeks ago.
Hey, pleasure to meet you.
How you doing? Good, you? Nice to meet you.
Here comes Brock, Ty.
Hey, nice shirt, buddy. How you doing? Good?
I met football players, baseball players, but the situation that I actually went through, it's kind of a bad situation to have the honor and to do the things that I have done in the past.
You've been through the worst. This is just a little thing that won't hurt you.
I should be asking you to sign a paper for me. I understand you've been through quite an ordeal.
I'm one of the 9 trap miners that happened in Somerset County called the Key Creek Mine. We was trapped for 77.5 hours underground.
It was a July day, and my husband went to work and met up with my dad, and they were on the 3 to 11 crew. And I got a phone call about 9 o'clock at night that they had hit water. It was a very scary situation for me and my kids and my family.
Everybody's hearts fell for you, man. It was just a wonderful thing. And it's those type of things that make, you know, it's humanitarian, you know. It just makes people remember where you're from and why you care for people, you know. I didn't know you, and I was in love with you.
Pleasure meeting you, sir. Boy, you went through heck. Everything worked out.
In this great country of ours, heroes appear in different forms.
I'm glad you guys came tonight.
Thanks a lot.
You have a good time.
Appreciate you coming
have a
down
great
here.
time. Here you go.
I think it was my husband that was the most excited about coming here today.
I watched WWE back when Hulk Hogan, Jimmy Snuka, when all the older guys, and then when my boys started growing up, and he enjoyed wrestling, and we've been watching wrestling probably the last 6 years since. We wear clean clothes to the mine, and then when we get to the mine, we change into our coveralls. And the shirt I wore that day was a Rock T-shirt, and I still have it, and probably always will have it.
What you did? Well, we got to get him a different shirt, definitely. Oh, what's with the shirt, man? Wait a minute, what shirt are you wearing?
When they first come out, everybody was talking about a movie, and they were trying to ask who he wanted to play his part. And of course, he was always a big Rock fan, so he was joking around and said The Rock.
If you smell what The Rock is cooking.
See you later, guys. Have fun tonight. Take care. He is what an American epitomizes.
Up next, a full-access tour with Trish Stratus.
Can you sign that for me? Hey, you don't sign a Diva magazine every day. You look really good in this magazine.
And now, the WWE Rewind is brought to you by WWE SmackDown. Shut your mouth. The best storylines ever. Period. End of story.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to announce a new Safeco Field attendance record. 54,097.
The superstars of the WWE have the most interactive relationship with their fans compared to any other brand of sports or entertainment. Each year at WrestleMania, the superstars show their appreciation by making themselves even more accessible at WWE Fan Access. You can call a match with Michael Cole, get an autograph from The Rock, even play a video game against Booker T. Or, my personal favorite, take a private tour with WWE diva Trish Stratus.
Hey guys, we're outside Seahawks Stadium. We're gonna go inside and check out what's happening at the WrestleMania Fan Access. Let's go check it out. Okay, we're here at the THQ Superstar Challenge booth, so we're gonna go up there and check out SmackDown, the new game that's out. Let's go check it out. Maybe play with somebody, give some satisfaction, something like that. Come on.
You know how to play, Chris?
No.
Okay. Next we're gonna do is we'll strike.
See, the reason I can't play is because I usually actually go in the ring and do it. I don't use controllers, you know. Okay, so this is awesome. You gotta go easy on me, kid. Wow, you're pretty good. We're out there playing, and not every day do you get to kick my ass, so I thought, I'll give it to him, why not? I know there's some interesting stuff here. This is the Shop Zone merchandise booth, and they got all kinds of new items, but I found something really, really special. I want to see? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's the new Divas magazine, and oh, I'm on the cover. How good. Hey, how about the Diva magazines?
Oh, those are flying off the shelf.
Yeah, they are. That's what I want to hear. Tell me, what is your hottest seller right now?
I'd say the Trish bobblehead.
Really? Wow, that is pretty good. Check that out. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, it works. T-shirts, magazines, dolls, you name it, they got it. I say we check out some other stuff and see what else is hot. Can you sign that for me? don't sign a Divas magazine every day. You look really good in this magazine. Have you seen it yet?
No, I haven't.
Exclusive look, and you've signed all over my legs. Thank you very, very much.
Well, I did sign the lower part. I didn't want to mess anything up upstairs, you know. It is looking real, real hot, if you know what I'm saying.
Thank you, Booker. I appreciate that. How you doing? You having a good time today?
It's been good here. I'm having a lot of fun. The fans are having a lot of fun, and we're just kicking.
You can keep this, honey. Here, hold on. Let me sign it too. And you've got an exclusive item right here. He wrote 5-time. I gave him hugs and kisses.
Thank you, sweetheart.
I see we have the Hurricane here, and you're doing some posing, I see.
Constantly posing, teaching these people how to do the correct superhero pose. You got the standard superhero pose with just fist on hips.
Okay, got that, yes.
That's good. Oh, I'm sorry, yes, that's great. You got the very unique hurricane pose.
The very unique Hurricane pose, okay. Now watch me and tell me how my technique is.
Okay. There we go, that's perfect, look at him.
It's all in the lips.
All in the lips.
Okay, we're gonna do some fantasy play-by-play. My God, these are loud, huh?
Oh yeah.
I'm here with my friend Matt. We're gonna do some play-by-play. I'm gonna let you pick the match, and let's do some commentary.
There's tables all around the ring.
And
bloodshed.
ladders and chairs
You
even.
can see RVD's almost out of the ring there.
Yeah, almost. Oh, come on, Spike.
You can see Spike.
Now that was fun.
That was
Shoot,
fun.
I don't need to get in the ring anymore. I'm gonna come out and sit on the sidelines, man. You be my partner?
Yeah.
That was cool. Thank you very much. You did a great job. This is Trish Stratus delivering Stratisfaction at Fan Access for WrestleMania 19.
Next week, Sable. She redefined what it means to be a WWE diva, and she'll be here with a scoop on where she's been, what she's been up to for the last couple of years, and why she returned to the WWE. Well, that's all for this week. I'm Gene Okerlund. Thanks for watching, and remember, if you see and hear it here, it's confidential.